If you want to listen to this episode or any of our episodes ad-free, you can do that now. Head on over to Patreon. Click on the ad-free level. You get all of our bonus shows that you've been hearing so much about. Plus, every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you can listen to this episode or any of our other episodes at the same time, ad-free, over on Patreon. Welcome back to our chat with the one and only Patrik and Pol. We have so much to get into today. We're talking about Beverly Hills, Dorit and Kyle. We have some Vanderpump news. We have some stuff about the future of New Jersey, New York. We actually have a lot going on. So everyone's favorite chumps from Jeff Lewis are here. Do we talk about Jeff Lewis? They always get so we're not here just because of Jeff. I know we're past that, but inquiring minds want to know. So kick back, relax, and enjoy this chat with Patrik and Pol. Part 2. Part 1 aired last Monday. Bye. Look, I think it's look, you look at Sutton and Jennifer Tilly. Now they're not, you just feel it. These are real friends. They're not, now granted, Jennifer Tilly doesn't need to fight, and neither does Sutton because they both have more money and they just don't need to be there. But the point is, Kyle is really friends with Teddy. That is a real friendship. I mean, the woman is living in her fucking glam room, for gosh sakes. But I just think Dorit probably just looked around and said, and according to my night with PK said, go and do it. Because Dorit really, she says this, and I believe it. She wasn't sure if she was going to come back this season. Because she was like, if I go back, they told her, you have to be honest. And I think she was like, I don't know if I want this out there. I mean, it's happening. And PK told her, go, honey, we're getting a divorce here. Go, I wouldn't turn that check down. So I think Dorit looked around and said, is this really my lifelong friend? You're not going to do this to Patrik, as you said last episode, vice versa. There's people there's people in my life that are real, true friends. And I'm like, no, I would never. But I think she looked around and said, Kyle is just not it. And none of these girls are actually my friends. And therefore, what the fuck do I care? I am going to earn my goddamn paycheck and be here for the rest of my life or however many seasons. So
earn my next season. Yeah. Because she was very entertaining. The last few, she's been, she really, and like you said, she's always very secretive. You always it's kind of funny because then sometimes she has the British accent and then sometimes she doesn't have the British accent.
And the matter she gets when she's making a statement, all of a sudden the accent is stronger than ever. Like, darling, are you here for a moment? That's my attempt at a British accent.
She's all Dorit now, bitch. She's all Dorit now. And you know what? Erica understands what she's going through.
Oh, yeah.
Because Erica went through it. She was railed. I mean, she was like, when she found out what was going on and she didn't even know. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to know that your life that has been a whole different concept of what you thought it was.
Right.
And now you're going to have to fend for yourself and fight for your own life. She knows. And it was a very difficult.
There's a wake-up call for her. Big time wake-up call.
And it's different. Someone on Salt Lake said to me, because Bronwyn, there's this guy, I don't know if you watch it, she's married to this guy, and he developed the Palm Pilot. They say he's worth $45 million.
We met Bronwyn in Dallas.
Oh.
Yeah, we
met her at Dallas.
There you go.
We saw her in Dallas.
She has a lot of money. Yeah, she's entitled to half of his whatever, but it's still different if you're not going to get a huge lump sum and you're a single woman and you're used to having all this money, or a man, it could go both ways. It's not the same. So I agree with you. I give Erica a lot of credit. I do. Lots of people hate her, but I do give her credit for, she's and she makes a decent salary, but it's still different making $1 million a year versus, a man that you think is worth however many million, and you don't have to, there's different. $1 million a year in Los Angeles, you're not walking into I'm not crying for her, but you're not walking into Cartier and buying the Panther ring for $275,000 when you make $1 million. When you're married to Todd Girardi, you walk in and buy whatever you want. So there is a difference. Again, most people are listening and saying, "Give me a fucking break." This isn't reality.
But I'll tell you something else, though. When these women sign up to do the show, I don't think they expected their lives to be this interrupted and this magnified. And at the end of the day, every single one of them is now divorced.
Yeah.
Every single one of them are now divorced. And if you were going to go back and trade a divorce, a relationship versus a paycheck, which would you take? It's like the big dick and the little dick. I would take the relationship over a paycheck. Does that make sense?
If you're really in love with a person, sure. Right now, I would say I would like to take the paycheck. Right now,
like, I'll take the money.
Right now, if you said to me, here's a salary or something over here, or you can have the love of your life over here. I don't know. This is a tough question. Maybe I would. I guess that depends.
I'm gonna find you a nice Armenian guy, David.
Listen, I need a new update. We'll have to, on one of these things, I'll have to do a reading, because I'm telling you, from 2 years ago when I was on your Undressed podcast, some tall guy is gonna walk into my life. Although
he probably did several times, and you kicked him to the curb again.
I kicked him to the curb. There's a lot of things that people are saying in the Bravo world that I would like to point out. Tamra Judge, our good friend, says that next season, she's not going to drink. That's her new statement, that she's not going to drink on Orange County Housewives. But do we believe this? Because sometimes, you know what they say? No. Well, sometimes they say that she is I'm not saying it, of course, I would never say it. They say that she's a rat that scurries, and they say, they call Tamra the Tam Rat. Now, I'm not saying this, although I do say this a lot of the time. So do we believe
it's a great aspiration, but it's not going to happen.
They sure brought her in, though, to stir things up, didn't they?
It was a great season last season of Orange County.
Yeah. Shannon, too, man. Shannon carried that. We were with Shannon at Chump Miss. She looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Will there be extended, we have to get Mr. Lewis should do a show with the actual definition of the word chump, because is Crystal Kung Minkoff? Now, she's a regular guest.
Are you reading my necklace?
Does it say chump?
It says chump.
It says chump.
Oh my God. I love it. Like, you guys are chumps.
It's on sale. Jeff Lewis merch.
Leah Black gifted all of us chumps for Christmas. A beautiful gold necklace says chump on it.
So, there's an example, Leah Black. She's not a chump, but she's a friend of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
she sent him a whole box.
Oh my God. This huge beauty box.
Face creams. He uses all the face creams.
The hair, the lips, everything. This huge box.
So here's our day, David. Chaz Dean hair, Leah Black face.
Well, somebody else got a huge
necklace.
Somebody else got a huge gift bag from Miss Leah Black as well.
You did?
I did. I got all the products, but I love Leah Black, but I have to say, with the code VELVET15, if you want the best skincare product, no offense to Leah Black, oneskin.com. Seriously, this is not planned. Someone the other day said you're aging in reverse, which I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm whatever. OneSkin, it reverses the cell's biological age. Just FYI.
Okay, could you send me a box?
Seriously.
A box.
It's OneSkin is, I really swear by OneSkin or Oak Essentials. Okay, so we don't believe Tamra. Now, all the ladies went out recently, a couple weeks ago during the holidays. This looks like it was pretty chummy between this Tamra Judge and this Shannon Bedore. They look like they're ready to film. And where does that leave? What is her name? Victoria? what's the OG's name? Gumbelson, they say.
Oh, Vicky
Oh,
Gunvalson.
Vicky.
Yeah,
Vicky
but you know what?
Gumbelson.
But you know what? That's one thing I will say about the OC housewives.
Yes.
And a lot of housewives. They will fight, scratch each other up on camera, yell, scream, whatever, throw things, flip a table, do whatever, but they don't not stop filming with each other. They know that that is their job, except for, the last season of New Jersey, but it got a little toxic there. But they know that. They know that they have to come and show up and film and, and continue on because the audience wants to see what their relationships have become.
Ever since the LA fires, the air in my apartment was so bad, I had to look into getting an air purifier. I did some research and chose Air Doctor because it was voted the best air purifier by Newsweek. The more research I did, I was shocked because I found out that indoor air is 100 times more polluted than outdoor air. Fires are not. And do you know Americans spend an average of 90% of their time indoors? Well, that I believe. I love being home. My Air Doctor works so well in LA that I got one from my New York City home too. In fact, did you know that Air Doctor eliminates 99% of dangerous contaminants like allergens, viruses, smoke, gases, mold, and so much more? I can't tell you how much my homes feel so much cleaner, healthier, and just safer. So listen, head to airdoctorpro.com and use promo code VELVET to get up to $300 off today. Air Doctor comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee plus a 3-year warranty, an $84 value free. Get this exclusive podcast-only offer now at airdoctorpro.com. That's AIRDOCTORPRO.com using promo code VELVET.
That was the demise of Vanderpump Rules. The cast no longer stuck together, filmed together. Even if they hated each other off camera, they never came together to film to make a show.
What do you think?
That's what they needed to do.
What do you think is going to happen with the new cast?
Well, first of all, Lala has said recently, since I said, there's a lot of people saying things, she has done some thoughts in her head and is saying, I wonder if Vanderpump Rules wouldn't have been canceled if I didn't put the word out there, like I was just never going to speak to Ariana. And I'm like, I think that's giving yourself too much credit, Lala. I mean, I love Lala. I just think, right. I don't know if that really did it. I thought that was kind of...
privately, of course, they knew you can't make a show if people don't want to work together or talk, even be in the same scene or in the same room together. You can't. We did it. I did it when I was a casting director many, many years ago. I worked on a little show called Moonlighting.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes.
Hello, Sybil Shepherd.
Oh, I used to dress her. She was great.
Oh, okay, great with you.
Not with us. I had such a good time because I used to go on set on the show Sybil, when she had the show Sybil, with her and Kristen Baranski. I used to do the main characters there.
Okay, I love it.
Sybil Shepherd and Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis was the coolest guy. He would, at the end of we would go on set. He would crack open beers. We'd all sit and hang out and drink beers.
Today, that would be canceled.
Why?
Well,
you can't do that now? Oh.
Bethany has a reality reckoning she put into place. And apparently Baldoni and Lively. I think it's going to have rippling effects in the industry.
I think so. But then she would, they hated each other, Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd. Well, no, he did not hate her. He loved her and loved everybody on set. He was cool with everybody. She couldn't stand him, but she couldn't stand very many people. She was not an easy person to get along with.
She loves me.
That's because you were making gowns for her. She fucking hated everybody else. And she was not easy to work with at all. And if you notice in Moonlighting, if you go back and you look in all the editing, like you look at the show, you'll see the way it's edited. There's a lot of times they flash to her, then they flash to him, then they flash to her, then they flash to him. And
they did it all different times.
There's only a couple scenes where they're actually together because in her contract, she had it stipulated she would only shoot a certain amount of scenes with Bruce Willis together on the same set. That's how jealous and how much she hated him. And back then it was cool because they were saying, that was a new editing effect. But that's only the real reason is because the actors could not be in the same room together. I was just talking to an executive producer yesterday on a huge show. I'm not going to say who it is because it's one of our friends who's on the show that we've known for 20 something years. And they're saying this show is probably only going to have it's only done I think 4 or 5 seasons. is only going to have 1 or 2 more seasons because they said this star has gotten so difficult to work with.
Oh, yeah.
Production is so, they're just done with this star. And this person we've known for he's done stuff many years ago.
She loves me.
Many years ago, she did stuff for him. He did gowns.
It's a he. It's not a she.
And
it's a she.
Oh, is it a he? Oh, maybe it's a he. Maybe it's a she. Or
no,
maybe...
it's a he. I think.
No, it's a she.
No, it's a she. It's definitely a she. The lead in a TV series, it's huge, and
on a major, on like a ABC,
major
CBS
show.
I can't think of what show right now is that that like took an unknown and made them so. I think of like Scandal was great, but Kerry Washington is phenomenal. Her reputation, it starts at the top. So whoever's number one on the call sheet, Kerry set the tone. I can't think of anyone who's that
But
much.
it's sad that you become that big that you then don't remember your humble beginnings and
but
where
I'll tell you
started.
It's not about getting that big and the humble beginnings. It's just, I think, the demand of what production then is the expectations of. And sometimes you sign up to do something and then production just pushes and pushes and pushes.
That's true too.
And then they're like, oh yeah, well, you're here. Oh, we need to do a photo shoot, which means to a star like this, 3 hours of prep that they didn't do, which then has to change wardrobe, hair, makeup, jewelry, shoes, and undergarments.
But if you were not famous and now you are, and the show's in what, like 3rd season, 4th season, you're not decades into this career,
right?
You should
You're
just
like,
be
of course I'm gonna do it. But then afterwards you're like, okay, so photo shoot. Oh, by the way, we have some executives coming in around, so we need to have lunch with you. Oh, okay. But they put so many different conditions that you don't have not any space to breathe. So then you have to start saying, no, I have to do this. No, I'm contracted to do this. No. And then they,
I get it.
But also too, it becomes that then you get too expensive.
Yeah.
So it's easier to just cancel the show, syndicate it for the producers, make money that way. And then they're not paying $1 million an episode.
Although not everyone gets too expensive. Look at Ellen Pompeo. She has that $20 million deal. She stepped back from Grey's Anatomy on her own. Yeah. I mean, I assume she took a pay cut just to do the damn voiceover. But I mean, I'm sure she makes a shitload of money to sit home and do a voiceover for an hour a week or whatever it is.
Absolutely.
They didn't turn their back on her. So sometimes, but I think I get that everybody wants something from you the bigger you get, and then you have to say no. But then you do get labeled a bitch, but that's still different than like the Lea Michelles of the world, where it's like, you mean to tell me everybody is just making this up about Miss Michelle? Bullshit.
I don't think so.
I had Craig Ramsey on this show. Craig Ramsey, Brandon Liberati, I don't know if you know them. And Craig was I worked on Broadway with Lea. Like before Glee, before it went to her head.
We saw her on Broadway. She was great.
I was in a show with her, but this was even before whatever Funny Guy, like way back in the day. And he's like, no, she was a total fucking bitch on Broadway as an unknown. Like, so I think that these things don't just,
happen. No,
like, so you stop complaining about me because I've given you 4 solid seasons of Down and Out in Beverly Hills. You signed me up for 5th season. You didn't tell me some of the things I needed to do. Then you have pickups. Then you want me to have to sit in front of the camera again and then talk all the little talking heads things that you need me to do. And then I have dresses to sew at the same time and coffee reads to have to do. And then I'm also a teacher.
They're called OTFs, on the flies.
Yes.
Is he a slave driver, Pol?
Oh my God, David, he's talking about these other people. I'm about to bail on Down and Out. I'm like, this better be your last season.
We're filming.
I don't think you can afford me anymore. I can't do this. I got a job.
We were filming a couple weeks ago, and he is so fucking difficult.
Oh, great.
Doing these.
Why don't I step out of the room for a
second? We have a diva amongst us? Is that what you're saying? We didn't even know it? We have a diva amongst us?
Our crew are laughing all the time. They're like, you got to do an outtakes with all the footage you have of you and Paul fighting off camera before the cameras are because they're filming it as I'm telling him, no, I need you to say it this way. Why do I say it that way? I need it this way. I need this soundbite. I need this because we're putting a story together. So we need certain words to be said at certain times to put it together. And he hates it. He fucking hates it.
He's so controlling, Dave.
I'm sorry that
you and walk off the set.
You're not going to quit and walk off the set. You love it. You secretly love it. And your strength is your creativity and your beautiful gowns. And, sometimes, it's very few people in the world that are a David Yontef and have the creative brain and the type A insane regimented brain. So you guys are different. You are the creative. And Patrik is the one that is answering the emails. And as he said when we started, your technology skills may not be as good as his, but we still love you.
Terrible.
We still love you for other things.
He was so mad this morning, okay? I'm shaving. My hands are fucking wet, okay? I'm shaving. And my hands are wet because I'm putting water on my face, splashing. He comes in with his phone. I can't get into Chase.
I need a password.
I can't get into Chase. My Face ID, they have to reset it up because I redid his, I did an update on his phone.
I didn't even know.
I can't get in. I need to get in Chase. I go, my hands are wet. I'm shaving. Can I do it? No, I need it now. I'm like, I can't. My hands are wet. I have to get into my phone. I don't know what the password is to our bank account. It's on my phone. Oh my God. He threw such a fit.
I didn't
such a fit because he couldn't log into Chase.
No, it wasn't that. And I wasn't throwing a fit. I just thought I did something wrong. And all of a sudden, all my apps were going haywire on my phone. And I'm like, I can't get into anything. Like, I don't understand. Does it not recognize me anymore? Is this my phone? What happened?
It's like when in doubt, don't change any passwords. Just step away.
But I have to stop everything I'm doing.
Yes.
And I can't because my hands are fucking wet.
So what? Wipe it.
And I literally have shaving cream on my face with a razor in my hand, ready to shave. And
listen,
there's this phone in front of my face.
Everyone always asks me how I have such good skin and how I look young. Well, younger than I am. And the answer is simple. It's OneSkin. If you're not getting the results from your skincare, you need to listen to this. Do you know that most of the peptides found in skincare just sit on top of the skin? But OneSkin's OS1 peptide goes deeper. It's scientifically formulated to penetrate the cells within skin's deeper layers. All right, what does that mean? It improves collagen production, hydration, and targets the root causes of aging. I use OneSkin's body products, sunscreen, eye cream, but my absolute favorite is their OS1 face. I use it daily and I can't even think of what my skin would look like without it. But let's not find out. Founded and led by an all-women team of skin longevity scientists, OneSkin is redefining the aging process with their proprietary OS1 peptide, the first ingredient proven to help skin look, feel, and behave like its younger self. Get 15% off with code VELVET at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code VELVET. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Invest in the health and longevity of your skin with OneSkin. Your future self will thank you.
He did look really hot, though, standing there all naked.
I did.
See, you get a plus out of this. What do you think of New Jersey not coming back? You mentioned New Jersey. Andy has said it will be 2026 before we even begin to think about New Jersey.
I know.
You know
what time?
Once the OGs get that toxic, and even in their family, real life, break up, just like all the housewives are all divorced. I have a feeling that the show magnifies certain things, and a lot of times they don't know how to handle it. Reality is not all that simple either. A lot of people think, oh, I have a fabulous life. Look at me.
No,
it's not. It's not easy. For all the people that do reality, it's a delicate dance between the real and the reality of it all that you want to be able to portray.
Yeah.
And everyone's trying to catch you off guard. They're trying to catch you at your worst to be able to, showcase. And it makes it very difficult because you some of the things we say, maybe we don't mean it. Maybe it's misconstrued or used in a different context. And sometimes we really say what we mean and it's not used the way we had intended for it. So it becomes complicated and people start believing the stuff. And it makes it very difficult to really be in front of the camera.
Reality is so fucking difficult.
I mean, I remember from Anna Nicole.
Love it when I have a script. And like when we did the show, Emergence 2028, give me a script. I'll know my lines. I'll do them. I'm good. It's easy. I have a director telling me what to do. I love it.
I can't do that either.
I don't like that either.
I can't
learning lines. I could because I was really good in school and I memorized stuff, but I don't know how actors, like especially soap actors, how you just get your sides and your pages and then you change it at the last minute. I mean, long live Eileen Davidson and Susan Lucci and Lisa.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, when I did the soap opera The Bay, I did the whole, I did wardrobe for season 9.
Oh.
Yeah. It just, I think they just released it because they're going to be submitting all the different names for the Emmy. So when I did the soap, all these actors have their script and there's new pages being added.
That's what I mean.
We did over, I think, 20 or 30 pages a day.
That's what I mean. I don't understand that. I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's not easy. I mean, it's not easy, but it's easier actually because I would rather when I get a script. Right now I got an audition to do a host for something, but it's a scripted host, and so I have like a page of lines I've got to learn and then do it self-tape on Saturday. I'll record it into my phone, the scripts, then I can listen to it and do it over.
You know why he has to do it on the phone now, David? Because I refuse to have to sit in front of him and read it to him.
He will not read lines with me anymore.
Every time I read it, he goes, "That's not what they're trying to say," and then I mix it all up and I can't do it.
Yeah, because I'm doing my lines. I'm trying to learn lines with him, and he's got the fucking script in his hand, and he reads me the wrong line. So then he's throwing me off. So I can't learn my lines properly. So now I just record them myself on my phone and do my own learning.
That's just secretly his way of being like, don't go get another job because your job is to, stay here, manage me, keep me on track. By the way, not to go back, but when you say the OGs have gotten too toxic on New Jersey, anyone in particular you're talking about in the cast?
I don't know if they personally are toxic. I think they're toxic with each other.
Yes.
I think that's what it is.
I think
you don't think Teresa Giudice is toxic?
Well, she's going to be on our podcast next month. He's doing her coffee reading.
But here's the thing. You can be toxic and walk away from it. But if you start living in the toxicity and start believing that, it derails you and it takes you in a different course.
Yeah.
And once you start digging your heels into it, it's very hard to come.
Well, because now the smartest thing Bravo ever did ratings wise was a few years back when Housewives very first came out, if you remember, they did not do in real time with social media as the show was airing. Now they do in real time the storyline with what's going on outside of the storyline with social media and headlines.
The whole freaking Beverly Hills. I mean, I've never seen the fourth wall broken so much. They're referring to
all they do now.
Andy calling BravoCon, Vanity Fair, this, that, watch what happens. I mean, Andy's now a character on the damn show. I love it. I fucking love it.
They never did that before. If you notice the early seasons, they never did that. And when they came up with that to do, that's when I think it really exploded and became, because people want to know what's happening in real time. The Kardashians, one of the reasons that they left E and they went to Hulu is because they could produce their shows in real time and release them so much faster. Other than you film something with E for, when we did the show New Money, we filmed that a year before it came out.
8 months or so.
And it was, and the Kardashians, they didn't want to do that anymore. They didn't want to, Kim's opening a Skims or whatever, and then the audience won't know about it till a year later. So that was the smartest move that they made by doing that.
Something. I was just in New York for the holidays. That's why I wasn't at Adrian's party. I mean, you walk by Bergdorf, there's no line. You walk by every store, Gucci. Okay, let me back up. Louis Vuitton actually had a line. That fucking skim store that Kim Kardashian, I swear to you, I saw with my own eyes. It's like a random Monday morning because I live kind of near there, Central Park. I'm going to get a fucking coffee. I'm like, what is going on here? These people in line for the damn Skims to open at 10 a.m. This line, I'm like, but the product will still be there tomorrow. I mean, like, what? Should we come back when there's no line? No,
but it's like that. But it's world. I mean, I was looking at it yesterday. And we were laughing, Paul and I, because Kim Kardashian she has like almost 400 million followers now on social media. Like that is like
Kim is epic. I'm okay with all the Kardashians just winning. I'm like okay with it. They don't bother me.
They're not hurting anyone.
They don't bother me.
Listen, I appreciate the fact
I don't watch the show though. We don't watch the show.
I mean, let's be realistic. They have kept that family together when most families have broken up after
Correct.
Yep.
They have kept the integrity of their love and relationship and respect they have for each other and the unification that they show when they're out in public.
Yeah.
Not ever do they, undermine what their sibling or their family member is going through.
Yeah. And you have Chris is showing up with Kylie to support Timothy Chalamet. I am so, you know what it is? It really is. Someone said this to me once and I'm like, it really makes sense. Like, it is such a brilliant brand because when Kim is home sleeping and Kendall is now making a headline, Kim is making a headline. Like, it is like a built-in army that one of you just has to do something to remind everyone about all of you. So if you think about it, it's like when Kourtney is in the news and this Khloe's taking a day off, it's like you're in the news too without even working because it's like the Kardashian name is there. It's just never ending. It ain't gonna end.
It's a machine, a well-oiled run machine that I respect Kris Jenner for.
Me too.
But creating it and keeping and maintaining it. But that's the key. You didn't just create it; she just maintained it.
But it's not just Kris Jenner. Every single member of that family.
Yeah.
An integral part of being present. And that, a lot of parents that are momagers and managers to their children, they can't get the kid out of bed. They can't get them to go on set. They can't get them to last all day. And then they're tired and then they want to leave and then it becomes a shit show. But these kids,
they work. They really do work.
Yeah. They respect the craft.
Well, they're not kids.
They know that. Well,
Pol is a more seasoned gentleman than you and I. So
I mean, that's okay. I look good.
I know. It's just kidding. We're all probably around the same age.
It's just the fact that they respect the craft and they're there to present themselves the best possible way. And they put in the effort. They don't take it lightly. Just because I've got $1 billion, it's not like I'm not going to roll out of bed. No, I've got commitments. I've got responsibilities. That's how I keep my $1 billion.
But that's how most reality TV goes, though, because even our show, Gown and Out in Beverly Hills, season 5 is coming out in like a month or two, finally. But we filmed it a year ago. But it literally
not so much a year ago.
Some of it was a year ago, and then some of it's this year. We kind of because originally our concept we were going to do all Dubai. And then we're like, no, we're not going to do all Dubai, especially after Dubai Housewives is not doing that great.
Bye-bye. Cancel.
Bye-bye, Dubai.
Bye-bye, Dubai.
It's canceled. There was only a few real characters on there that I really ever liked, like Carolyn Stanbury.
Stanbury's good.
And Sarah Madani.
It's very real.
But the other ones I didn't really connect to at all.
Yeah.
I mean, Nina Ali, that didn't come back for season 2, was a real socialite. It still is.
Yeah.
I mean, but she was going through so many hardships in her real life that she didn't know how to be present to tape.
Here's what I think: the demise of Dubai. I think the demise of Dubai was very simply because the cast members, the women, all they were doing was pitching products. On every episode, they were pitching their products. That was the whole thing. There was no
look at Miss Marks. Look at Miss Marks on Salt Lake. We have the caviar. Bethany just gave it a good review. We have the bath bomb. We have the jewelry. Love you, Meredith. But I mean, we got a lot of products there. And then we have that Whitney Rose. She's got this and the MLM. And I mean, they pitched it on there. By the way, I don't know what Teresa's going to talk about in your podcast, but my advice to all the Jersey women are talk about anything. I mean, we'll talk about New Jersey a little bit. I would spend this year, I did a whole show on this, very arrogantly giving advice to all of them. I would just spend this year doing everything but New Jersey. Like, it's a year. You better think of something, girls, ladies, women, because you may not come back. And by the way, Andy did not say, he didn't say January 2nd, 2022, we're going to start filming. I got the impression in 2026, we'll start to think about the future of the show. That don't sound like it's going to start filming on the 2nd. It's a lot of years when you add it up from when the paycheck hit. You better figure something out.
But they also said that about Beverly Hills, that it got too toxic, and then they took a break, a little pause, and then it came back, and it came back pretty amazing. I think they can do the same thing with Jersey. I think they just need to, it's like, can't we all just get along, at least on set? I mean, at the end of the day, I know it's their real life, but at the end of the day, they are filming a television show.
You think in 1 year, after having no money, and then you could ask me this, in the thing that you think there's a chance in hell that I'm just really asking, I don't want to mislead, that Teresa and Melissa will be back together?
No.
I don't think so.
No. Once you break up, it's a breakup for good, and it's hard to be able to come back under any circumstance because it just doesn't.
I think they will. Way. Yeah, I think they will be back together.
You don't feel the same way. You don't connect the same way. You don't have the same interests anymore, and you've just moved on.
I think the Vanderpump Rules cast, they're all regretting their decisions, that they didn't want to film together, they didn't want to work together. Like, I think they're all regretting those decisions because,
except maybe Ariana.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I guess she's doing really good on Love. I've never seen the show. I don't.
Good for her. I mean, if this was a way for her to be able to be a breakout star in so many different places, great, good for her.
I mean, there's always going to be one.
For her to be dismissive of Sheena, as Sheena's the catalyst that brought her on to begin with.
I didn't like that.
That's not cool, because Sheena never did anything to her. So Sheena was never disrespectful to her. So she should have still maintained the friendship that Sheena extended to Ariana without her being such a little bitch about it. But not just to Sheena, to everybody. I don't mind you succeeding. I mind if you're arrogant about your success and you don't acknowledge the people that help you get there.
I find Sheena very authentic as well. I do. Yeah. Truly, I do. I don't think Sheena plays it up for the camera, gives a sound bite. I find her very authentic as well. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Sheena that brought Ariana. Ariana used to be one of Sheena's backup dancers.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
By the way, what did you want to ask me?
What I was going to ask you is, on any of the housewife shows, which one's your favorite and who's going to be divorcing next?
There's just, listen, back in the day, because although I am in LA now, a third of my time, I am a New Yorker. That is how I self-identify. Love my home in LA. You guys picked me up at my home in LA. Next time you'll come in. I used to say, it used to be, when I saw the single Luann falling in the bushes, and it used to be New York. New York was my true favorite. But since that went off the rails, and now it is by far my least favorite, barely watchable. I mean, for the past few years, Beverly Hills, by far, I want you to be rich. Jennifer Tilly, honey, we have two homes next to each other in Bel Air. Now, you are ladies from Los Angeles, California. You know that all areas of Los Angeles are not created equal. Venice Beach is not the same as Studio City. It's not the same as Encino. Hi, Dorit. This Jennifer Tilly lives in a Bel Air with Miss Hilton and Miss Strack. 2 houses, and then a Malibu house that's haunted that she just hasn't been to in 10 years, whatever the fuck it is. I love it. I want rich.
Yeah, I do too.
On my TV.
But Jennifer Tilly is so genuinely a beautiful person.
I like
amazing.
That she's just so, but she's eclectic.
And she has the whole I don't give a fuck attitude. Yeah. I don't need to do this. I'm having fun doing it.
And who is going to be divorced next? Well, I mean, like without overthinking it, Abe and Aaron Leachy, they've hit some, listen, I've said this before. I just have a jaded view of the world. So Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin and Lisa Vanderpump and Ken Todd. Those are the only 2 housewives I can think of that I would be speechless if they announced a divorce. Speechless. If you tell me Lisa Vanderpump and Ken Todd are going to get divorced, I would be shocked. Lisa Rinna and Harry, shocked. Everyone else, not shocked. I think everyone is susceptible that I can think of.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Sheena and Brock. Sheena and Brock. I'm not so sure that's forever. Jackson Brittany. We see what's happening now, and nothing. Lisa Vanderpump and Ken Todd. They ain't getting a divorce, girl. Yeah. Never.
They're like the straight version of us.
Yeah, you guys are not getting. Everyone else to me, like name somebody. Look, Lisa and John Barlow. That don't seem like they're going to get divorced. I'd put them up there, but not the same level as the other 2. Nothing shocks me.
What about Eddie and Tamra Judge?
It wouldn't shock me. Look, I think it's I'm not, and by the way, not shock me doesn't mean I think it's likely. I would put Barlow in the most likely not category. I'd put Eddie and Tamra in the most likely not category. He has come out a lot and said,
Could it be that now that Dubai's not taping, Caroline Stanbury and Sergio may or may not?
I mean, in a way, they're like 2 peas in a pod. They're 2 little fame whores. I mean, he's dressed in head to toe Louis, and I mean, they're going around the world spending. I mean, they say they have it. They're one of those couples that wouldn't shock me if there ain't money. I've heard some stories about them throughout the years.
I also think that he really wants a child, and I don't think she's going to give him a child.
Right, and that is a big thing.
That could be a killer.
Do you think she'll move over to the London, the reprised version of the London group?
No.
Yeah, if they're doing the Ladies in London reboot, or what they're doing a show in London, a Bravo house. No, they're doing Housewives, right? Real Housewives of London, I think is what they're doing. Yeah.
I don't think she will. Nope, I don't think she will because I don't think they want her. I think it's like jumping the shark. I think they want newbies. Yeah. I think they want newbies. I don't think they want her. I mean, I think it's, I just don't think they want her. I think Stanbury makes good TV. I really like her. Yeah, I think, listen, if you really, that's what, I mean, look at like Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore. They were in love. And now look, you're like, look at him. He loves Mila Kunis. Same look. I know they knew each other from that 70s show. Who else got Sofia Vergara and Joe Manganiello? Now they fucking hate each other, apparently.
Yeah,
I think like if you really want a child, I don't know if that really ever goes away. If you really want that child.
It's not
I don't. Away. Do you want a child? I don't ever want a freaking child.
I want a child. He doesn't want a child. I want another baby.
He wants another baby, and I won't give him one yet. But you know what?
Don't give him one.
I won't say. But we did the child thing. We raised the child, and it's hard to do it again now.
Elton John had his first at 60. I'm not even there yet. I'm good.
Elton John has 12 people taking care of the baby. He doesn't even go.
I've always said that. Like, if you, no, I still don't want it. But like, if you're a man, like you look at De Niro or who else, like even like a Barron Trump, but like there's others like where if you have an older parent that has a shitload of money, I get it. Like, look at Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael. Why not? Why not? You're Michael Douglas. Right. Who cares? You're not going to, you'll be there for the fun parts. You're not going to be there for the bad parts. Throw money at the damn problem. Hire fucking nannies. I understand why really wealthy, older men or women have a child.
But I feel like we need a child to carry on our legacy.
Well, first I want to get married. And I want to do this the classic way. I want to get married in a church. As soon as I'm done getting married in a church, have a big, beautiful Armenian wedding with the bells and whistles. I mean, an Armenian wedding.
Don't worry, you're going to invite.
With more food on the table than you can feed.
We have something up our sleeve.
And then, maybe I'll get pregnant. And then, like, who knows?
Well, I am not arrogant, so I don't need anyone to carry on my legacy. This has been a great life. As you say, you can't take it with you.
Wait, who's your beneficiary? Can I be on the list?
Well, it's so funny. Everyone asks me that. Sarah Fraser asks me that all the time. Well, I have, a niece and a nephew, and I have a sister as well.
I have to fight those two little turds for it. Jesus, I want the Hampton House.
The little turds wouldn't know. Seriously, and no exaggeration, like, I got to get my life in order because God forbid, like, imagine giving just whatever to any, I mean, some people don't know what to do. The shit would be gone within literally an hour. Literally.
Oh yeah, they'll sell it for a Ferrari, of course.
Literally. So,
but David, if it was me and if we're interviewing for that, I will have your all over the place. I will keep your candle burning alive.
You'll be there on my deathbed. Like, should I add you to the list of deathbed people?
Oh, I have to be? Yeah, of course.
Yeah. When you're single, honey, you got.
I want to make sure you don't flip the script and change it last second.
That's funny.
That's a housewife moment.
Yeah,
I love that.
Good.
Well, okay, so you guys think New Jersey. Okay, so there you go. Well, it's a year away, so I mean,
don't you think there should be a male version of the Housewives?
There has
at this
to be.
Point?
There really should be.
Didn't they? Well, first of all, we had a show back in the day called The A-List. Does everyone remember that?
Yes,
and
we were cast for the LA version, and then it got canceled.
I was in the mix for the New York version, and then I didn't get it. Reich and Lemkel got it, and then you speak of the Gay Housewives. Didn't we just have that with fellow chump Joey? Didn't we just try that with Brad Goreski?
I don't know. I don't know if that. I don't know.
You don't know if that was the show.
Yeah, I don't know if that qualified for anything.
I don't think Bravo will ever do it. I think for Bravo it jumps the shark, but I think that it could. I don't think you could have a gay man with the women. That doesn't work to me. Because look, the first fight that someone has, let's just say Miami, let's just pick a franchise, it's going to be like, do not speak to a woman like that. And well, that's the job description. And whether you're gay or not, it's going to be like, he spoke to her like that. It's going to be too weird, but all gay. I don't know. I don't think Bravo would ever do it. And then our other networks, I mean, I feel like they've tried.
Oh, yeah.
However, Patrik, Pol, David Kontef, Jeff Lewis. I mean, we're all around.
It'd be a good show.
Right. Like, we need 3 more people. I mean, okay. You're not going to fight with him. I mean, you want to
I am going to fight with him. Are you freaking kidding me?
I'm just saying, go and pitch this show. I'm available. I'm with
you. I don't think anybody can tell me.
Lewis won't even do it. This is a step. He doesn't need this. He has his own show, Flipping Out 2.0, call it what you want. Okay, so there's just 3 of us. So we need like 4 more people. So between all of us, I already have some people. You have some people. We could cast this today. Go and pitch it.
All right.
Beverly Hills. We can call it Beverly Hills Bitches.
There you go. And don't think just because like the Hamptons, blah, blah, I could be in LA 24/7 if I have to. You know what I'm saying?
Look at the accent coming out. I could be in LA.
Does the New York accent.
Like, let's put, and then we'll have then, of course, in season 3, the network will come to me secretly, of course, and pitch the New York version, and I'll already be on the outs with all of you. You'll all fucking hate me, so we'll just spin it off to New York, and I'll be like, oh, great.
We could do a franchise of Gowning Out in Beverly Hills, because we could do Gowning Out in Miami, Gowning Out in New York, Gowning Out in Paris. We could.
Okay, I like this idea.
Another designer.
But you know what? Chances are, when you want to find me, I'll just be right here behind the velvet rope. This possibly is it. This is possibly the last stop, available for all opportunities. But if this is it, my cup is full. See, isn't that such a positive way to end? I
want to see you in a relationship, David. I really want to see you in a relationship.
Well, I am open to it, and 2025 might be the year, possibly. It might be the year.
When are you in LA next?
Hot enough. You're rich enough. You're pretty enough.
When are you in LA next?
You guys are gonna. I'm gonna be there when you get back from your trip. Actually,
we'll do a coffee read.
Then why don't you freaking come by the store and hang out?
I'm gonna. Really?
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I have a major
dinner. We still have to go to dinner with you. We never did that.
I'm hungry. I am so hungry.
We will go. Where do you want to go, Mr. Chow? Let's pick it in the Beverly Hills area. We'll go near the store.
Wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even care. The company is more important than.
Okay, I'm gonna come by the store. We're gonna Patrik and I will arrange this, and then I'm taking you guys to dinner.
Cool.
For real. Love you both. Where can everyone find you? Everyone needs to of course, when you're not on the Jeff Lewis show, you'll be back here, but where can everyone find you that wants to follow you?
Well, first of all, let everyone know that they can book their own coffee reading, because you had a coffee reading, David. Your coffee reading was good. Celebrity that he does. They're great. They can book their coffee reading at polatteu.com, POLATTEU.com. And either can do a Zoom, you could do it live in our boutique, or you can fly us out and book a whole coffee reading party, which is fun. You can find me at Patrik Simpson. That's PATRIK SIMPSON.
POLATTEU.
That's Polatteu. And
I need more followers.
Gowning Out in Beverly Hills, 4 seasons on Prime Video. Of course, Undressed with Paul and Patrik. Every week we drop a brand new episode at midnight on Tuesday night. And we're on Jeff Lewis Live.
I want to have Kardashian amount of followers on Instagram.
I know.
I need help.
I will give you every single follower I have if I can have the Kardashian money. You can have every fucking follower of mine. I will pull followers out of my fucking ass. I will find followers for you. I don't even need the Kylie. I mean, I'll take the Chloe money. No pun intended. I'll take Chloe's money. That's all.
I think she's the youngest, richest
money
in the world.
I love Chloe money.
Chloe?
Kylie.
Really? Oh, Kylie.
That's
I think she's the youngest, richest person in the world. Like self-made, obviously, not just family. From her brands and endorsements, and more power to you. I love that for all of them, for anybody.
Yeah,
for anybody.
Love or money. What a concept. That's a whole nother show. You guys are great. Everybody should get a coffee reading. I did absolutely love mine. I would love a coffee reading every single day. Are you kidding me? I mean, who wouldn't? That's amazing stuff. A tall guy has come into my life and left, so that is why I need an updated one. I'll come by the shop, we'll do it, and then we do it again.
I love it.
We love you both. Love you.
Yeah. Love it. All right.
Love you guys. Keep in touch. Bye. Thanks for listening to yet another episode of Behind the Velvet Rope. Because without you listeners, I would just be a crazy person with voices in my head. And if you like what you hear, subscribe on Apple Podcasts under Behind the Velvet Rope. And when you're done subscribing, feel free to leave a 5-star write-up review, because the write-up reviews actually count. We read each and every one of them. We post the best ones, and the reviews really help our shows keep going And we really appreciate everything you guys say, especially the positive ones. And if you want to find us online, we're at Behind Velvet Rope on Instagram. We are at David Yontef on Instagram. We're Behind the Velvet Rope on Apple Podcasts. Or head on over to Patreon, because you know what? There are just some things we can't talk about here. So for our bonus episodes, go to Patreon and type in Behind the Velvet Rope. And if you still aren't sick of me and you want more David, go to Cameo and book me on Cameo. And you can ask me anything there. I'll answer whatever you want. And I have a bargain basement price of $10. Thank you guys. See you soon.